Hello, it's another round of the Comedy Workshop. Tonight is episode 435. I'm your host, Jester Lind, and tonight on the Comedy Workshop, we've got Justin Matson, Glenn Sias, the real Clyde Williams, Jeremy coming in with the swag, and Sonali. All right, so the way it works here in the workshop is we've all got fresh material on a random topic, and then we offer each other notes to jokes, tags to lags, we add adulation, constructive criticism, and we basically talk pros and cons with our panel of pros and cons. So the way it works here is we start out with the rounds with our randomly assigned word, and my randomly assigned word is rubbish, which is basically just fancy British garbage. It's the same stuff, except it's Jaffa cake wrappers and what's its bags and jammy Dodger packets. No, it's in America, garbage is different. In America, garbage is Floridians. Rubbish sounds cute. Rubbish sounds cute, right? But in America, it sounds trashy because it's literally trashy. A lot of British words sound too cute over here. If you're online and you can't tell the difference, is this an American person or a British person? They're talking about fanny a lot. The difference between an American fanny and a British fanny is the British fanny is vajazzled. Now, if y'all aren't familiar with that shit, it's when women sparkly up their lady bits. Now, it's a thing, and they put little like diamond studs all around their vagina. You know, just spruce it up a bit, you know. But it's a thing. It's a thing. In England, it's big, fucking huge in the East End. So, like, it's not a huge upsell as far as I'm concerned. I have never, like, you know, and I write reviews. I've never gone great vagina, not enough jagged rocks. No, it can't possibly being a boost during the negotiations phase, right? I mean, even when I was on a date that was going really, really, really well, and I knew that poon was on the table. Poon wasn't literally on the table. Enough gutter talk. I was assigned trash talk. So speaking of talking trash, the official job title for garbage men is now, you know, like everything, it's got a little title bump. The official title now is sanitation engineer. Come on, engineer. You're talking about a job where you literally pick it up along the way. I used to want to be a garbage man as a kid because they only work one day a week. Seemed like the life. Dumpster diving seems like a word made up by a rich person. I've only seen the dumpsters that you have to vault into, but I think the in-ground pool crowd must have in-ground dumpsters somewhere. More than half of American houses have a garbage disposal in their sink. I don't even have a joke for that. That sounds like I have somewhere to go, but I just think that's fascinating. And that's actually all I have about garbage. I'm sorry. My set was trash. Oh, maybe that counts. Anyways, that's been my
Yeah. Cool. Well, wait, do we do feedback first? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I love how you flowed everything together. Like it's definitely like a governor's ball speech, or what's it? I don't know, where they roast the president, whatever that's called, the freedom of the thing.
They used to be the White House correspondence.
Yeah. Like there you go. Yeah, it was one maybe one level down from that, but almost there. You know, it's great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So I felt like vajazzled. First of all, I know a lady who does that. Not only does she do that, she teaches other people how to do it.
America to
Wait, what just happened?
What? I don't know.
I don't know.
No idea.
Oh,
It was Glenn. It sounded like a ghost interjected.
okay. I didn't know. So
yeah,
well, yeah.
I thought Clyde was speaking. But no, I liked how you compared the U.S. trash and British trash. So another thing you could probably throw in there with that British trash is the spotted dick. I don't know if you're familiar with that. That's like a British bread pudding. So that could be rubbish. So.
One man's trash is another man's spotted dick.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
You can actually order it off of Amazon. So.
Yeah, you can just buy it in Canada. Oh, in Canada, you could just buy House of Parliament sauce, it's like British A1 steak sauce, and it's not in the international section of the Meyer.
Clyde, I want to hear the rest of your bejazzled story. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you've got a bejazzling connection.
Yeah,
domestically.
No. Well, yeah, I know a lady who does that. And she has ads on Facebook and stuff. I said, well, it's crazy. And she teaches people how to do it. It's also interesting. But the main point that I wanted to make is that I like the term. I feel like I would like to hear you sprinkle that in there more. No pun, not intended. And then, like when you talk about not enough.
Why would you like teach somebody your business model? Like I'm gonna charge you to do it, and then I'm going to teach you how to do it so that I can never charge you again.
Well, she runs like a beauty school or something, and so I guess she just that's what she really wants to do. It she doesn't want to do it herself so much. She just wants to teach other people to do it so she can stay away from the JJs.
Whenever you go into the dentist and you're like, does my breath smell? I
wonder if they practice on CPR dolls.
Okay, it smells okay.
That really feels like it could go. I feel like it's like a tattoo parlor doing like a painting with a twist night. I don't know.
So bejazzled with a twist.
Bejazzled with a twist. It's a twist with a twist.
Because that sounds like that's going to be painful for somebody somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, but, leave the twisting out of it.
Yeah, because I hear twist, I'm thinking like that's got to be irritating. But the other thing I wanted to say was like not enough jagged rocks. I like that. I thought that was funny. And then pick it up along the way. I thought that was clever. So that's all the notes I got.
Yeah, I like the like kind of like you started with like British trash, like and like just funny sounding British words for like merchandise, but then you also compared like American trash, and I feel like maybe there's more opportunity.
There's a lot more American trash that's worth highlighting. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but also like which one's more valuable? Like why is British trash better than American? Like or you could go to values. You could go like what's the equivalent? Like whatever you want to do with it. Yeah,
it's the Queen's trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you throw in like one of the royal family that you don't like, whoever that is.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have I don't know. I'm Canadian. I don't have an opinion. I have the luxury of not giving a fuck.
I thought like two of them moved to your country. I think you have to like.
Yeah, but they also got like kicked out at the same time, so I extra don't have to care about them. I don't have to care about them for any reason.
Poor royalties are seeking asylum in your country, all right? So please.
Yeah. I don't know. If you seek an asylum from Oprah, you're doing all right.
Yeah, I know.
I had one more thing. For some reason, I had reverse garbage man in my head, like maybe your uncle was a reverse garbage man and he just dropped you off at your mom's house.
My one uncle was a reverse garbage man. He thought he was a collector, but then he died, and to us, he was just a goddamn reverse garbage man.
There you go. That's good. I was trying to make an inbreeding joke with your uncle and your mom. Yeah, that's even better. A collector. He was really a hoarder. When we went through his house,
Yeah.
he didn't have anything worth value.
He had an entire barn filled with tires. Like, what was your fucking plan? Sorry. Sorry.
That was a true moment right there. He was just
Well, that's why I invited you out here.
You found some shit, Jeremy. So you cut the real shit to the real shit. Next up, we've got live from California. It's Justin Matson.
Hey, so my word was forgery. Forgery. So I went on a bunch of tangents. My first thought was like right now we have a vaccine card in America for the COVID-19 vaccine, and it's literally just like it's like they found the old stubs of a library card. It's like a small index card that you could easily forge. Like my Blockbuster card had more security. You know, at least that was laminated. And like it's just so funny, like you know, like how the most important things are the things that why can't we get like a credit card or something? Like, I don't know, you swipe it, and then oh, sorry, you're all out of vaccine for today. You come back tomorrow. I don't know. Like my credit card, you know, they have like all kinds of security measures. Like I get a notice every time I buy a salad because they're like, I think someone stole your card. What's happened? It's the vegetables. I also thought about NFTs, which is like the new hot thing. It's a non-fungible token. Which, first of all, like fungible just sounds like a great insult. Like that means replaceable. You know, like it's like, honey, you fungible. You know, I don't know why I said that. Maybe I should do that. I should do that in more, bro, you are fungible. Like a less fancy voice. But yeah, I don't know. But anyways, but like I like NFTs, you can like. I want to buy all of Pitbull's albums and then just burn them, and then no one can have it. You know, it's like I don't even need the whole song, just the parts where he interrupts another artist. You know, like just give me the 30 seconds where he just randomly drops off the plane. All of a sudden, he's in a Shakira video. A lot of people forge signatures. Like I think when I do this at restaurants, like I do like an air signature. I don't know if you guys do that. Like, can I get the check? You know, like I don't know. If I have to like not only because the waiter like can't hear, but they don't know their job. Like the check, and then like they immediately, oh, okay, yeah, and and I'll do it like they could be standing right here. Like they don't even have to be across the room. I'll just be like, can I get the check? You know, I don't know why I do that. E-signatures are crazy. Like at like Rite Aid or Walgreens, you have to like, oh, just hit this pad with your thumb like really hard, and then that'll be good enough. You know, like how are they? I could write better with an Etch-a-Sketch. You know, like I feel like my e-signature doesn't even like the pen doesn't even work half the time. Most of the time, it's missing because someone stole it. And then you're using your fingers. Like, can I just sign with a light bright? It'd be easier, you know. Like I just like do a swipe. I sign like Zorro and just like, you know, like I'm playing Pokemon Go, you know, just catching Pikachu's, you know. It's, yeah, like I'm swiping left on my stepsister, you know. Nope, not today. Wrong kind of video, you know. Just. But you know, like it's not even and the teller knows I'm not actually signing it. It's just like, yep, and then like they don't care, you know. I'll put more energy into my e-signature when UPS puts more energy into their deliveries. How about that? Like I've never received a package from UPS. I don't even think they work. I don't know what happens. Like I just get. Like as soon as I have a shipment notice like UPS, I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna get that package. And then like I'll just get like a note on the door that says, "Hey, we tried to meet you. You weren't there." I was like, I've been in quarantine for 2 years. Like I'm here. Just did you knock? Did you ring the door? I don't even know. Where did you go? Did you go to the back door? I don't know. No, we came back again, and you didn't answer. So can you meet me in a warehouse at 3 a.m.? It's in downtown behind a fence. It's there's no address. It's just you'll know because there's trucks outside. They're like, and I gotta go and I gotta try to like pick up this package, and then like, oh, it's still on the truck. We're at your house. Why aren't you there? And it's like, oh my god. Like I like just don't send the package. I'll come pick it up. It'd be like just please. Like I'd rather go drive and pick up the package than have UPS get in the middle of it. Right? It's just worse. A lot of people are using like facial recognition and retina scans, like a new security to keep out forgeries and stuff. I was no joke, like at my work they had facial recognition on a vending machine. It was like it like scanned your face, and it was like your security badge, and you literally, and then they had a notice that they sell your data. Literally, you had to accept a cookies policy to buy cookies. And like, I'm like, I don't know if I don't want to agree to this. Like, I don't want the government knowing how many times I bought circus animals. Like I don't know. Like they're like, oh man, he's stocking up on Oreos. He must be plotting something. I don't know what's happening. But like, why do they need that data? Like, just look at me. I like Oreos. You don't need. You don't need a facial scanner and teams of research field, interns. Just ask. Counterfeit purses are a thing. Like I don't care if your purse is real as long as it can sneak jujubes into the theater. Like can it do that? As long as it doesn't have a hole in it, it's great. Just like save the money, buy more candy. Like, we're gonna sneak it in. A lot of people collect things like I should probably. Oh, I think I'm going over. Wow, I had a lot of. Okay, let me just add on one Joe Biden dig. So he dropped out of the 1987 election for plagiarism because he like stole a bunch of speeches, and we just forgot about that, I guess. But like I thought like it's so funny that like I feel like Kamala Harris spends her whole morning just practicing Joe Biden's signature. Yeah, just like one day, like maybe I can like, executive order. Maybe I just put this on the desk. Like I got to do something. I don't know. All right, that's it. Thank you,
ladies and gentlemen. Justin Matson.
That's beautiful. That's really good. Wow.
So no feedback from Jester because he was working on his Etch-a-Sketch.
No, I do have notes.
I mean, that's more important.
My note is if you buy Pitbull albums just to burn them, then you're supporting him.
I wrote down 4 things. I don't know why, but Marjorie sounds like forgery. So
okay.
You like, I don't know. Marjorie was your grandma's best friend who used to come over and steal shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, that is funny. You can't do anything with your important documents. Like, here's a piece of paper. Don't laminate it. Put it somewhere. Don't get it wet.
Yeah.
And you're like supposed to hold on to these things for the rest of your life without destroying a piece of paper.
And you can't even like store it at home in a safe. You have to like carry it on your person everywhere you go.
I'm gonna be walking around with my passport in my pocket for 6 years. Like, what the fuck do you do? And then like signing the check. Like here in Vietnam, you can't just do like this because they're like, that guy's got autism or something. You got to actually have the checkbook, even though this country has never seen a checkbook. And then this is another joke that I seen on the internet, but it said pen is broken, but the little space in between the pen and the is was not there, so it said penis broken.
Thank you.
That's it. Penis broken.
Oh, penis broken.
Big finish.
So for me, like when you started giving the examples of things that were fungible, I wanted more examples. So I think you were kind of going in the right direction when you're, it's like, bro, you're so fungible. Like I thought like there could be more kind of in that vein or that direction. And so I wrote that, and like that's basically my notes for that specific thing.
Okay.
But then when you continued with your set, it just seemed like you were talking about more things that could be fungible. And I just started writing new things about it's like, because that air signature that could be fungible, things like that. These UPS, I can't read that, but essentially,
Was it the booty pants?
no, it's like
Because that seems fungible.
Whenever the UPS people confirm like your package or like whenever they come, like that's fungible. Just as an example, and I don't know, I just like fungible. I thought it interested me.
Would fungible like? I think when you said the word fungible, Clyde, I thought of SpongeBob. Like, what's fun and like spongy or fungible? Fungible. I don't know. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, who's fungible under the sea?
Oh, who invested in the cryptocurrency? Fungible SquarePants.
Cool. Thank you.
I liked your set. I thought it was really creative. One thing is, I wonder, like, when you were talking about, like,
Quite honestly, I stepped out for a minute, so I came in the middle of it. And there were all kinds of technical difficulties, and it timed out.
I think Glenn calling from the past.
Yeah, man.
Hurry up! Screen clip this shot so we can. Have
we are
fungible
choppy
brain.
tonight.
Oh, it's us.
It's us.
We got Jeremy like going 60 frames a second from Vietnam. What's with your basement?
Blame Canada. Blame Canada.
No.
I'm sorry. Okay, well, Sony, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry. I just
Go ahead, Sony.
Continue. So I liked it. I was actually hoping that you would also mention when you were talking about like identification, maybe even talking about like how the iPhones are kind of like how how like, you have the screen thing, and remember until they came out with that fix for the mask, you couldn't even use it. You had to take your mask off. So, but I thought there was a lot of clever jokes there. I think definitely it was fun.
Awesome, thanks. Yeah, I remember when they first came out with the iPhone thing, like it says you have to stare intently at your phone for 2 seconds, and like if you don't stare intently, it doesn't work. And then it's like so it's like there's people trying to drive while like staring, like they have to love their phone or else it doesn't let them in.
So in Canada, when you're fully vaccinated, they give you like an entire letter-sized page.
Wow!
In such a font that the elderly could read it from 6 feet away. I mean, it's got my.
I feel like is that better or worse? I don't know.
I don't know, but it's like I gotta fold it like 9 times and then like put it in my wallet. Like
ours aren't even like, they should make them credit card size at least, but they like won't even fit in my wallet. It's like it's bigger than my wallet, so like it's dumb.
Oh. Mint some shit. Print it on cotton. Y'all love that.
Well, if you guys go to Hawaii, I just went for the first time last month. You have to get like the barcode and everything. But it's not always yeah, so like you.
Well,
have
at least here in the States, at least in California, ours is like a little wallet-sized one. And they stamp it on and stuff.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Like, do you mean barcode? Is it like a digital one, or is it like?
So like you actually have a digital barcode, but you have to submit everything like on this app, and then when you're there, you have like basically what is it like? You can go in, you can show them that, and you're good. So I feel like they should just do that with all the states should do that. Just would be easier.
I'm hoping to go to Hawaii in October, so I'll take notes on that. This is a very good feedback. I have to make sure I download that app and register with Safe Travels Hawaii.
Yeah, I know, definitely. Yeah, because then otherwise you're going to be quarantined in your hotel. So.
No, thank you.
Cool. No, that's not as much fun.
Cool.
All right. Next.
I'm waiting for Glenn to jump in with some
yeah, halfway. As soon as I start introducing Sony, we're gonna get Glenn from 6.5 minutes
last
ago.
Month?
What?
You said you went last month?
I went last month, yeah.
He's calling from there.
He's there now. That's why he asked. He's looking for restaurant recommendations for last month.
No, I'm getting coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I got all kinds of difficulties here.
Oh man.
Yeah, might sound like a drunken stupor, or something, but.
Cool.
Sure. Next up, we've got.
Obviously, I'm having difficulties here.
The comedic timing.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. We can
hear you through every sentence.
I can hear you guys. Maybe it's just not happening tonight.
Oh, glad. Yes,
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you moving?
That's funny. It's hard to tell if you're frozen or if you're like just staring intently.
All right, let's just we'll pop him back in.
Yeah,
when he gets back here. But in the meantime,
no.
Oh, come on! I'm trying to get to an intro here. I'm not frozen. I'm just this still because I'm mad.
Well, okay, I'll be here catching Pokemon.
Okay. Is everyone good? Okay. Sony, you're up next.
Oh, I am? I didn't realize that. Okay, awesome. So I have how much minutes? 3 minutes or 5 minutes?
3 to 5.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, it's yeah. We're gonna put you up. Oh wait, right now, just because Glenn's connection, I'm just not trusting it right now.
Oh, okay, so I'm up before Glenn. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna move it around.
Okay, sure.
Sorry. Please welcome to the large rectangle, Sony.
Hi, everyone. So my topic is mercy. In 6th grade, my teacher, Mrs. Allen, made me do a report with a microphone. Oh, I think I'm getting feedback. Did someone mute? If that's the case, I don't know. Okay. So in 6th grade, my teacher, Mrs. Allen, made me do a report with a microphone, and I was the only one. There was no mercy. I was mortified, even before I knew what that means. But years later, I realized having a microphone is a thrill, or it helps you get a panic attack. I mean, does anyone ever say mercy anymore? I guess you do when you're at war. I Googled mercy, and I got a bunch of hospitals. So I suppose that's the only time when you say mercy, when you're not at war. Mercy just reminds me of mercy. 2 different words and 2 different meanings. Imagine someone begging for mercy, but there's a misunderstanding, and the person thinks they're saying mercy, like, thank you. Like, Someone's slapping someone, and the person begs for mercy, and the person's thinking, maybe because they're French, that they're saying mercy. They're just going to slap around more. I mean, think about it. In France, like let's say you're in France and you need to take a cab to go to the hospital. They might say mercy for taking me to Mercy.
Huh.
Mercy sounds so much better than thank you. French is such a romantic language until you get dumped there. There's a bridge in France with love locks. I heard people break up there, like that breakup, just go there to cut the lock. I don't get it. It's not a marriage license. Mercy also reminds me of the 6 years I spent studying a worthless language.
French.
I was saddened to hear about the fire at Notre Dame. I spent a good deal of time there on my vacation, trying to get help after I got robbed. At least the pictures came out good, but I wouldn't know for sure because my camera was stolen.
Oh.
My other gripe is the thieves that took my bag didn't say mercy. I finally got to practice my French when I went to the police station there. So I'm a vegetarian, but I have a strict don't ask, don't tell policy. Don't volunteer and tell me that tomato soup I've been enjoying all year round has chicken stock in it. Did I ask you? Don't expect me to say mercy. Perception matters more than reality. That's like telling kids that your dad's eating all the cookies, not Santa Claus, and that your mom left your dad to be with the trainer. My new husband lent me one of his N95 masks on the plane. It was really romantic. He had 100 masks and he lent me one. Mercy to him. My mother would have been so proud if she'd seen me because for a few hours, I look like a doctor. That's the only reason I wore the N95. She always wanted a Dr. Chhibber. But if I didn't become a doctor, the pharmacist would still spell my last name wrong. At least I took a selfie. I'm not a doctor, but I play one in airplanes. An N95 mask is painful. It felt like old relatives pinching my cheeks for the whole flight. And I had to hold my breath for hours. Next time I'll have double mint gum, not yogurt. And I would have brushed my teeth that morning. Thanks, everyone.
That was fun.
Yeah, I liked the joke about, I forget how you worded it, but it was like France is really romantic unless you get dumped there. And I thought that was a fun twist. And I also like the idea of like people cutting these locks off the fence as if like it's some sort of legal contract and they get half of the lock, or like you can kind of go into detail like a divorced lawyer trying to get half. I get custody of the lock on Tuesdays. I don't know.
That's very interesting. Right, I like that. That's yeah.
I was thinking like to the ball and chain, like for some reason you're connected to that bridge unless you remove that lock, and she's connected to that bridge unless you remove that lock. So I would probably want to get rid of it because like you wouldn't want to be walking across the bridge with your now new girlfriend and putting a new lock, and then you're like, oh, here's your initials from 4 years ago, honey. What happened?
That's really funny if you have like you walk with
with my
your
bad
new
connection.
girlfriend,
It was coming out.
like a whole row of locks, like the whole wall is just all your exes.
One section, you just got like a whole 1 foot by 1 foot area. Or I guess a 1 meter by 1 meter because they're down over there.
There was that whole fence that was covered in locks that like collapsed from all of the love. No, thank you very much.
Yeah,
No mercy.
I was expecting a Full House joke. I mean, Uncle Jesse was right there. Mercy.
I was thinking about that, but then I was kind of like, I didn't even really know what to say about it because I was like, he's the only one that says mercy. That's the only thing. And I was watching the Full House like reboot on the plane just as like I think a month ago, like 2 episodes.
Yeah, you could have threw that in there. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You could have threw that in there like you were watching it on the plane or something like that for real.
Yeah, I should have I thought about that because that's what I did think about. But I was like, I felt like the new episodes were more contrived than the original ones. So.
You're not wrong.
So we've had enough of these contrived episodes. Mercy.
Yeah. Please, a modicum of mercy. Were you? What was the police joke about when you went to the French police with the mercy? They didn't show you mercy? Was that what that was?
No, I basically finally got to practice my. Well, I can actually say it. I finally got to practice my French when I went to the police. I finally So what was it? Just trying to remember.
Did that actually happen, or I thought you were just like saying like I was begging the police for mercy.
Oh no, it actually happened. My purse got stolen in France. I was stupid enough to put a bag in a bag, and these kids bumped into me, and I was like, "Are you okay?" I was saying it in French, and they looked guilty, and they just popped out of that metro. So yeah. Like a lame duck. And then I actually did get to practice a lot of my French at the police station because they didn't really speak English that well. So that was the only time I came out.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just imagine like you're at the police station and you try to practice your French and you say like the line from Moulin Rouge where she's asking for a threesome and the police like, okay.
Yeah, if you could sprinkle in some actual French phrases or fake ones or bad French or whatever, that could be fun.
Okay.
Yeah, as someone who doesn't speak French, I would be okay with either fake French or real French. You could, but I don't know.
And you said like your boyfriend in France broke up with you. Like, is anyone in France ever really single? I mean, you broke up with your boyfriend today, but you got 3 other boyfriends waiting in the wings.
Oh yeah, I didn't say my boyfriend. I just said let's say you break up with somebody in France, you have to cut the lock. But yeah, they're not really single, I'm sure. That's a good point.
Mm. I like that photo joke. I thought that was really funny. I like when you were talking about the don't ask, don't tell as a vegetarian. I think that has even more possibilities outside the realm of even this mercy situation. Because as soon as you said that, I just went, oh man, that's so good. That's so good. That's what I was thinking. Anyway. Did you say in French you used the word mercy to break up with somebody?
Oh, I was just saying with the locks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really breaking up. I was just saying it was a worthless language. But yeah, and I was saying if somebody slaps somebody around or they have to go to the cab, but that's also a fun little twist on it. Saying, instead of saying oh mercy, just saying mercy. So yeah.
Yeah, I think you're in a relationship with somebody and they just do all this stuff and and you've had it, you just say mercy. I mean you put it the way where it makes sense to you, but like you said, I think that'd be an interesting way to just
I was saying I give up. I surrender, and she took it as thank you. Now she's bought me a new car to keep our relationship going, and I have to stay.
I think it's a real sign of abuse if like when you offer someone chocolates and they're like, no, please, no, mercy. Like, I think like, you know, and if you're trying to do nice things for people and they're reacting with no mercy, it's like that. Just, I don't know. It's got to be some abuse in that background.
I like the idea of that. Like if you're a vegetarian, like does meat tastes better because there's no mercy in it? Like, is it like or like chicken broth? You know, like like, oh, this vegetable dish is okay, but it's got too much mercy in it. You know, it's a little, I don't know, like you could kind of expand on that.
Or even in the other directions, like, yeah, oh, what is that? What is that? And I don't know what vegetarians eat, but it's like, oh yeah, what is that celery stock in a hearty marinara sauce taste like? It tastes like mercy or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stupid. I don't know. I'm stupid.
Like
So you're colon, yes.
It's like when you're talking about like the cruelty that these animals experience living in these pens and eating their own feces and their own brothers and sisters. It's like that's cruelty. This is mercy.
Mercy seems to be like a high and like good value that they ascribe to people who have the objective power to do some awful shit. It's like the nice thing they say about people who really do some awful shit. They say, oh, they're so merciful.
And every video game character who is like an assassin or something, their name is always Mercy, especially if they're a woman.
Can't have mercy without might.
It's like like Mr. T was pitying fools, but his female equivalent was mercying idiots. I don't know. I'm done.
You can also reference the Karate Kid reference. No mercy, Cobra Kai.
I pity the fool. I provide mercy to the disabled. I don't know. He was. I don't know. I feel like he was a good guy. He was just. He had. I feel.
I think like abandoned children, instead of going to the nursery, they go to the mercery.
The mercery.
I don't know. If nobody picks you up in 3 days, we're gonna have to put you down, kid. I'm sorry.
I get it. IKEA beds are expensive, you know. Yeah.
All right, let's try to put Glenn up. Glenn, do you have any? If you have any comments, let's launch you right into your comments, and then you can take off into your set. And let's time travel with Glenn, you guys.
Yeah.
Glenn, can you hear us? Hey, Glenn, what's your take?
Glenn is like one of in those spy movies where they create a loop of a moment so they can steal
like in Speed, you know, it's like she's like knitting on the bus.
Yeah. He's like one of those kids in a Zoom call who put a loop on.
Oh man.
Oh, he's on the shitter right now. Anyway. Okay. Hey, Clyde, how are you feeling for going up next?
Well, I hate to subject y'all to that, but if you're willing,
well, subject your way. At least you'll subject it to it at a high frame rate, which I can appreciate.
Well, when you've had enough, just say mercy. All right. So, my word was finals. I'm gonna apologize to you in advance because I got this word today, and I went immediately to sleep, and I woke up. So there was no mercy there. Anyway, so finals. So finals are the last tests you take before you leave school. Anybody else remember their field sobriety finals? Professor Officer Simmons was strict, but he was fair, right? And that diploma I held up in the photo was smaller than I thought it was going to be. You know, I didn't get to wear my cap or gown, just the clothes I threw up in. They held the ceremony at the courthouse. One of the keynote speakers was really mean, kept pointing at me and bringing up old stuff I did, you know, back in the day. But I did get a nice studio apartment and a job out of the deal. It's guaranteed for 5 years. And yeah, that's all I got. Thank you so much. Mercy, I called it.
Mercy. We'll show you mercy.
Yeah.
Clyde did shine up like absolute last minute, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Is it like it might be fun to be like, instead of 5 years, do like a more general, like 5 to 8 years or 8 to 5 years with good behavior or something like that.
I'll be back.
I also think I liked how you put that spin on it with the field sobriety finals. I also think that you can also think of other things with finals, like finals for sports like basketball or any type of sporting event, any type of even any type of test, or like the finale, like how we felt about the Lost finale or anything like that. You could definitely talk about those type of things if you want.
Yeah, other endings could be appropriate. God. Finals at university were weird as fuck. It was like normally everything would be normal, and then suddenly you would just be in this weird like hall with everyone spread out and people walking out. There was just a different vibe in finals.
Yeah, my finals at school were usually unnecessary, much like my arraignment.
What's like the equivalent of senioritis, maybe? Like I don't know if there's like an equivalent for that in jail or arraignments or
eligibility for parole.
It's called being that would be trustee-itis, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Trustee-itis.
I like the way you took it as a final exam. Like maybe some more examples of that. Like what was my final exam for having a child? Are you telling me that raising that cactus 12 years ago that died was my exam to become a father? Like, I should get to retake that or something. Because that cactus is dead.
I mean, really, the only final exam is an autopsy.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I think the final exam for for parenthood as a dude is the paternity test. Just make sure. It's like, did I pass? Yes.
Yeah.
If you have been paying child support, but then you get a negative paternity test, then that is a final exam.
Clyde, you are not the father.
Like, I don't know. Can you like cram for a fraternity test? Like, I don't know if that's.
Well, cramming was how I got myself into the paternity test problem in the first place.
Yeah.
On the I liked the whole thing comparing the sobriety test to like a final exam. I'd be like, I like taking it from the school angle. Like I learned the alphabet in the order I thought I was supposed to. Now you're coming at me with these curveballs, like backwards and shit.
WVUTSRQ.
That's impressive. That's either whenever I see someone like that, I'm either like you're either an only child, autistic, or a late stage alcoholic who studied for the exam. Those are my three first guesses. There's other things.
Were you saying I'm an alcoholic, Jester?
No. I just thought those are my first three guesses. Yeah, that number four on the list is just super fucking brilliant. But it's not one of the first things I guess.
Isn't everyone in Vietnam an alcoholic?
That's pretty much. Except for the women. Like most of the women, they always say, "Yeah, I'm allergic to alcohol. You can see my face gets red," and I'm like, "No, that's just you being drunk." But some girls are like, "Yeah, it makes their skin itch." So maybe hops or something like that. But yes, there are a bunch of alcoholics. It says that every person in the country drinks 1.7 beers a day. That's how much beer the country goes through.
Wow,
that's significant.
it's so nice there.
I think that many people die in the United States every day.
It's not so nice, Jester. I got 9 days of vacation and we're on lockdown, so I'm sitting at my house for fucking 9 days. You think about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is your air conditioning working at least?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah.
Then you're good.
That's a little remote control for my air conditioner. So.
Oh, that is fancy. I like it.
But if you could send some weed over here, that would be good.
I wonder.
I think Justin knows a few people that work at UPS, so maybe talk with them.
They said it'll be there in 6 years. Don't worry. By the time it gets there, it'll be legal. Yeah.
6 to 10 years. Come on.
That confirmation was
oh yeah, sorry. There can't be that small of a window.
What can Brown do for you eventually? All right.
Cool.
Next up,
thanks, folks.
We've got the inventor of swag, Jeremy.
I told you that. That's gonna haunt me now. My topic is writer's block. And first, I want to start with the process of writing. The process is 4 parts. First, you got to share your idea or like map it out like a horrible family trip with your dad before GPS. Number 2, you got to get it down on paper or record her with video. I call all of my writing her. So you got to record her on video. Number 3, make sure those words express your idea effectively. So example, whenever my girlfriend said, "I have a surprise for you," and she knows that 2 weeks prior I asked for butt sex and I arrive home to no butt sex and a positive pregnancy test, make sure your words express your idea. I will have at least one effective reason why we should have tried butt sex now. Because there's a baby. Number 4 part of the writing process is fine-tuning the writing. This is the part that many comedians actually skip. Edit, we write. Oh, I said we write. I meant rewrite. So I didn't edit this. So editing is a fickle bitch that can never really be finished. Yes, Mom. Okay, I got it. I'll do it. People, so that was the 4 steps, and people experience writer's block because they like to combine all 4 steps of the process. And babies don't come out of the butt, silly. So we could have had butt sex, but no. Silencing your inner critic is a tough part about writing. And I use a ball gag because I'm kinky, and you could choose ice cream or alcohol or whatever. The next step is getting or giving yourself permission to write badly. And most comedians will do this anyways. Call back to fine-tuning above. That's a sick part. It's okay to do something badly. I mean, I've practiced my whole life and I still piss on the floor every once in a while. So it's okay to write badly. They say write garbage. Like literally, my paper right now says garbage, garbage, garbage. And I'm riffing this whole thing to you because I had writer's cramp in my hand at this point. Here's some helpful ideas to help you get over writer's block. So great idea. I used it a few times. You set a timer to 23 minutes, and it has to be 23 minutes because that was Michael Jordan's basketball number when I was a kid. You can also use any odd number above 7 or below 69, whichever you choose. And write what you see. So right now I see 3 housemates that might not make it out of quarantine. Check. Write the things that are around you. A pair of scissors, a plate, a Wright Brothers airplane. Check. You can write your grocery list, Nutella, condoms, and a paintbrush. Check. You could write your to-do list, taxes, find a writing job, learn how to shit in Royal Vietnam. Check. Okay, one last thing. You could write your who to-do list. Wait, this is a bad delete, 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 delete. Jester, you made the list.
Oh, yeah.
My point is the crap out of your brain. My point is to get the crap out of your brain. Like one time last month, I wrote for 3 years. There was enough shit in my head. Like the previous tenant never cleaned the septic tank. It's just 3 years of shit. And when the timer goes off, I guarantee you'll be in the middle of something interesting. I mean, at this point, what I'm trying to say is quit comedy and start writing a book. All right. You've gotten over writer's block. Write a book. Just a few more ideas. If those didn't help, here are a few more. I've cited my source below because these last few were basically written for themselves, and I don't want to plagiarize some website. So I could post that in the chat box, 10 ways to beat writer's block. It said, number 1, take a hike. I said, to bury a body. Number 2, they said, write yourself out of it. I did not bury a body. They said, number 4, get a little help from a friend. Burying a body. They said, number 5, deny, deny, deny. And I didn't have to write anything for that one. And finally, the last one from the website is show me the money. And the guy on the article says, I rarely have writer's block because my bills arrive too soon. So that's writer's block.
Hey. I think one thing that helps with writer's block or any task that you're having difficulty with is to cut it up into smaller parts. That also helps with dead bodies.
So I thought it was good. It was really confident. I was like when you said write things about you, when you said like scissors, I was thinking you would say all sharp objects to maybe be a theme. So you would be like, what the heck? Scissors, knife, hammer, handcuffs, that kind of thing. And then the shop say the same thing too, like something similar like that, kind of like you're like a murderer or something. It would have probably, with the reaction.
That was a roller coaster ride. That part where we had to like just draw like weird connections, try to draw weird connections between those objects. That was fun.
I don't know if I like the shopping list, Nutella, condoms, and paintbrush. I don't know if that's a callback to fake butt sex, or I don't know what that's. I feel like there's something.
I didn't know where to go with that either, but I just wanted the third one of my list of 3s to like be some off the wall thing, like a Wright Brothers airplane, like
yeah,
paintbrush, yeah, like what the hell's he doing with a paintbrush and Nutella? But yeah, that's a poop joke, I guess.
My gym teacher, when I was at this English speaking school in Shanghai, China, was this dude from Moosehead, Ontario. And when it came to the time of the year where he had to teach us sex ed, he had to go to the local Chinese market and purchase enough for all of his students. He bought 120 cucumbers and 600 condoms, just like the local vegetable market. And he's just this 6'6", giant fucking white cracker from Moose Jaw, Ontario, and everyone's he's up to something for sure. Where's he going? He's headed to the high school. But it was he was the talk of the town that day. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to share that story. Yeah, shopping lists are fun. I don't understand that thing of when people are buying they're buying condoms, but they're no, but really I'm here for bread, but then also bread and condoms. Why do people try with the disguise item? It never works. It's never going to distract enough from the fact that you're also getting condoms or tampons or whatever. The interesting thing is, it's just going to add to the mystery already. That's already attached to the mysterious item. That's my take on that. I don't understand why people do that.
I mean, when I was a teenager, I went to Rite Aid and they locked the condoms in a bin, and so I had to find a security guard to come over to aisle 7 and unlock the condoms, and he'd be oh, the big ones, I had to choose which ones to get. And then and then they wouldn't let me take it there. The security guard had to bring it himself to the checkout counter. And then when I got to the register, I'd have to say yeah, I had the condoms, they're over there. And it was a whole deal. And I'd rather just get someone pregnant. It was just so,
yeah,
it was just so crazy. Yeah.
Instead of embarrassing yourself in front of 2 people, just or 3 people, because you're gonna go home and have sex, right? So it's just masturbate.
Yeah, it was a lot of real intense for a teenager.
So I found out in college that I have a mild allergy to latex. And I realized that would affect condom use. And then I looked at the price of lambskin condoms and stuff, and they're $60 a pop. They're ridiculous. All these crazy other non-latex condoms. They are insane. And then I was oh shit, that's a lot of money. And then I looked up, well, what's going to happen if I wear a latex condom? And then I found out, well, your penis is going to get extra swollen. And I was fucking perfect. And I have not looked back since. And I have been saving money and having a great time.
There you go. It's inflamed.
Yeah.
It really helps me with my writer's block.
Yeah.
I like that you said you wrote for in a month. You wrote 3 years worth of writing. I think there's something to that.
Yeah.
I had a line that 1 hour of writing takes about 4 hours. Because there's so much downtime. I loved your thing about the guy said on the website that when he said he doesn't have time for writer's block because he gets too many checks or bills or
no, yeah, he gets too many bills, so he doesn't have time to think about what he's going to write next, because he's got to just write it because he's got to pay the bill.
Oh, okay. So I twisted that. I thought he was bragging that he's so prolific that he doesn't have time to write the next thing because he's got so many paychecks coming in. I don't know, for some reason I misheard that, but that's funny.
Yeah, I'm an author. Oh, did you write any books I may have read? No, I just sign checks.
Just sign checks all day because I'm an author. So yeah.
But he's in Vietnam, so he has to do it with a real checkbook, even though.
Oh yeah, real checkbook, yeah.
Checkbook car. There's Ty again. All right. I think, is that everything?
Writing checks your ass can't cash. That's sorry.
For real.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next up. So, Carpe Diem and YOLO are not the same. Carpe Diem is a solution. It is seize the day. YOLO is just merely identifying the problem, and it's no different than yelling, "We're all gonna die!" Especially because it's all caps. Everything is yelly in all caps. And yet somehow, "you only live once" is used as an excuse to act recklessly. No, motherfucker, there are no respawns. Be careful. Even more so now, because Golo, Grandpa only lives once, and he's the only one who is around who can tell me stories about how things used to cost a nickel, except Jeremy, because of the economy in Vietnam. No, but he tells me all these things used to cost a nickel. Potatoes used to cost a nickel. Gas used to cost a nickel. Grandma used to cost a nickel. Apparently, Grandma used to do all sorts of jobs for a nickel. Old-timey shit. She used to do something called a crank job. My grandma didn't want to talk about it, but this is all coming from my grandpa still. I like talking to my grandpa. That's why I want to keep him alive. Get vaccinated, folks. She used to operate a machine, I think. I think it was called a sit and spin. This is all, again, according to my grandpa. She even used to do an old-timey job called an old-fashioned, which is about as old-fashioned as it. Guys, I think my grandma was a sex worker. My grandpa was in the Navy. That's how he met my grandma in shore leave. And you know what my grandpa used to always say would give him a higher perspective? A periscope. He was in the Navy. The song "In the Navy" came out in the late 70s. It was written before then, but it stayed in the closet until the late 70s. The village people weren't ready. The city people were ready, but the village people weren't ready yet. You know what else came out in the late 70s? The Vietnamese. I don't understand why people are so weird about keeping their family recipe secret. Unless it's garlic toast. Because the secret to good garlic toast is murder. I was only asking to be polite, Susan. I'm not going to destroy your family's legacy if I also put turmeric in this potato salad. Is it turmeric? Just fucking tell me. Okay. Guy, I'm sorry. I'm getting all worked up about it. There's this other thing bothering me, you guys. I've been experiencing this worrying discharge. And this is gross. And I went to my doctor about it. And what he told me about this worrying discharge I've been experiencing is to stop being so negative and stop wearing wool socks on wool carpeting. It was shocking. It was just a static shock, you guys. I'm medically I'm fine. I'm just shocking myself. That's a gross joke, but it gets better. So last year's hot girl summer was preempted by the winter of our discontent, sadly. So this year we're supposed to have a hot vax summer, and everyone's excited to take off their masks and their pants and trade out that hand sanitizer pump for a lube pump, baby. By the way, I hear, quick aside, what is the thing with the whole another notch on the belt thing? Like, either you're fucking so much that you are experiencing rapid weight loss, or you're eating so much dick that you're gaining weight. Whatever you're doing it wrong. I've been careful. I've never caught an STD before, but I have caught feelings.
Ooh.
Yeah, that could be just as dangerous. Sometimes, if you've caught feelings, not unlike herpes, you can have a feelings flare-up. And symptoms include wondering what could have been, liking old photos on Facebook, and texting your ex. But I'm trying to get over that. I'm on Tinder now, but I'm not getting any matches. I don't think I'm swiping right. Anyways, that's all my dumb puns for the night. Thank you very much.
Let's see. Okay, yeah. So I guess I'll do jokes now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not reading that.
Do we do feedback on these jokes too?
Yeah, give her.
Oh, great.
Building it.
Okay, I'll start. So you said crank job, like cranking a car, like in the old days they had to
No,
crank the car?
I mean, my character is oblivious, but clearly she was cranking my grandpa.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like every time before my grandfather could leave the house, my grandma had to give him. Yeah, okay. I missed that part. I like the village people. Is Italian bread the same as garlic bread?
No.
I don't know.
No.
Okay, and then you said discharge, and you made this motion like you were about to stand up and show us the discharge. I thought that was very weird.
That was gross. That was also, I realized that I was just kind of I have a chair that like just kind of gradually sinks, and it was just at that moment that I realized that was out of frame, and I thought that's a good moment to do it. Like that's the moment where it seems appropriate. But it was at the moment when I was like, I'm trying to be intentionally gross for 1 second before I bring it all back. So I was like, now is the time to adjust my butt crack in my chair at the same time. So yeah, no, I'm glad you caught that, Jeremy.
My internet works quick.
I know.
The last thing
R.I.P. Glenn.
You said Tinder. I've been using Tinder recently, and it's I now I understand about my grandma's crank jobs.
Oh yeah,
something like that. Like you could put it all together. Like, now I understand about my grandfather leaving the house, or I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you don't.
Yeah, no, I could mix. Yeah, I could mix grandma in the sex material. I could use them as mutually coherent like segues between bits. I could keep coming.
Yeah.
Keep coming on.
Like you asked your grandfather, like, how did your marriage last for 50 years? And he's like, crank job, son. And now you're like into your Tinder dating profile, and you're like, I see what my dad was, or my grandfather was talking about.
So my Tinder profile says I know how to work a crankshaft, and I make a mean casserole. Like
no, Italian bread or garlic bread.
Italian garlic bread, garlic toast. Murder.
I like that. That was Sopranos reference in my mind.
Yeah, okay. That's the secret to good onion rings. Cut to black.
Yeah, I liked the like the city folk were ready. The city people were ready, not the village people. I thought that was a funny thing. Like you could kind of explore like what were the city people doing? Like, did they already release 10 albums and were like super gay, or like I don't know what the city people, but like you could just come up with a bunch of fun things for what they would be like.
Yeah, I thought that was a good joke. The whole thing.
And all the jobs in the village people are things you wouldn't have in a village, but more in a city. So I don't know if there's something there too.
I would love to build a whole village people set.
Could you just do an hour on the village people, please?
Yes, that would be a lot of fun. I would love to just. Okay, tell me if this would get me eviscerated or not. Like if I like did like an hour, just talking shit about like baby boomer legends, like just. Tearing Bob Dylan and the Beach Boys and like the goddamn Beatles and the Rolling. So like if I really like, and I'm like be all disrespect, like would that? God, I wonder. My favorite
in 2 days or in 3-4 days or whatever is greatest hits.
Oh, so, that's fun.
Thanks for the idea.
Yeah.
My first greatest hit joke that I've already wrote was, you guys know that Chris Brown greatest hit, Run It? He wrote that after his second greatest hit.
I thought you were going to say, oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, no, I would like to do that. I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
I would like to do a whole song. I would like to do like a whole. I'd like to do like weird like musical impression takedowns. Like do like a whole fucking Bob Dylan like upside down tacos singing ducks to the inside reef course of the wall, like just like bullshit, like just like I don't know.
Yeah, it could be like a French show.
I'd love
like,
to.
Yeah,
that could be fun.
Oldies aren't goodies.
No, I mean, the stuff that stands the test of time for 60 years, obviously, is good. But so much stuff, Drek falls by the wayside constantly. No, most music is terrible. It's just like the truth, I think, of life.
Yeah.
I don't know. The back catalogs of most of the artists that I like are terrible. You know? But that's because I like terrible artists. We're just waiting for Jeremy to get back, and then we'll get you started, Justin.
Good. No, I'm just.
I'm Jester. I thought it was a good set. I think, but in the beginning, I was kind of confused with that one of the other words. I guess because I don't think I heard of it before, so I might have want more lead up. But I thought it was a strong set otherwise.
Carpe diem.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess like the way it was said, I couldn't understand it. I know what carpe diem means, but
okay.
It's slower. I didn't because I
Fair
think
enough.
it was fun stuff. Yeah.
That's a fair criticism. It's literally from a dead language, so I'll take that one. I heard about someone posted a job posting, and they were looking for a Latin tutor for their high school student child, and but they really wanted it to be a native Latin speaker. Good fucking luck.
The carpe diem to that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries. You ready to carpe this diem, Justin?
Yeah, I might YOLO instead, but we'll see.
All right.
Okay, my first joke, right out of the gate, I just have Rain the podcast. I don't know what I was thinking with that one, but I imagine it'll get millions of awards. A lot of religions seem to be centered around candles. It's like, do you like God or do you just like candles? You know, it's like, I mean, it's like every religion. It's like even Wiccans, like they're witches, like they hate God, but they love candles. You know, like I feel like we should just like if we can't agree on a God, like stop with the wars. Just agree on a candle. You know, I like watermelon lemonade by Bath and Body Works. Are they trying to convert me? I don't know. Let's see. I drive a hatchback, so it's great if you want to put the back seats down with like a lot of groceries, but it's terrible for kidnapping. It's like, like you keep it down. I'm trying to drive. It's like, don't make me turn the car around. Okay. I support free speech because as a comedian, you know, because I can't afford to pay for it. I feel like that would solve a lot of problems. Like I support free speech, but like, what if speech costs $8? You know, I feel like that'd really solve a lot of problems, right? Like you're not gonna go on that crazy rant at Thanksgiving dinner if you got to pay $8. You know, you gotta think before you speak. You know, maybe you'll save your thoughts on Twitter. You know, maybe I'll just journal it. You know, and then like maybe once a week I'll put out the hits. You know, like I don't know, just think about it. I think that's the I try to be woke, but only around old people. Instead of taking the time to like explain like inclusive language to my mom or whatever, I'll just double down and act like she's crazy. You know, like, what? Yeah. What do you mean? Some women have penises. Yeah, that's fine. All women have penises. What are you talking about? Are you crazy? What is it? Do I have to put you in a home? You're talking crazy. All right. Like, I just don't. I don't take time to explain it. Let's see. My husband and I share a calendar, so it's hard to tell whose events are whose, you know. So I started this thing where whenever I put an event that's mine in the calendar, I use the correct date and time. He'll just put like meeting October. Like, I don't know what to do with that. You know, what is this? I like sweet wine. All right. I like the taste of grapes, you know, and I'm not a bad person. Everyone thinks I'm tacky. I don't want bitter ass wine. I want sweet wine. Like grapes are sweet, you know. I want like it's like, oh, did you taste this this wine of Capri? It's a real, and like, no, just give me Capri Sun. All right. Like, oh, do you have a boudoir red hard? No, I just want a Hawaiian punch, you know, Welch's. I want a flight of Welch's, a wine flight of Welch's. My wine flights should be domestic, you know. All right. I had a sommelier literally try to tell me about the reflection of the river on the Rhine and how the sunlight reflects off the river and changes the texture of the grapes. I'm like, no, I can't afford this. Please give me a water. I'll take a water. I'm sure you have a lot of experience in your scamming. Anyways, sorry if anyone's trained to be a sommelier. I may have a muffin top, but I'll always be a muffin bottom. All right. I went to I don't want to do this one. This is a bad one. Okay, yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Muffin bottom's a closer. I really like that one. You'll have a meeting in October. That's not an appointment. That's a fortune cookie.
Maybe that's how he set up his meeting. He had Chinese food. He's like, oh shit, I'm gonna have a meeting sometimes in October.
I love the candles bit. That was really, really, really solid. That was really good. Everybody loves candles.
I thought whenever you said I'll turn this car around, you're talking about the hatchback. You could have did like a good act out. You remember your mom, and she's like swatting you from the front seat, trying to hit you. Ow, and she slams on the brakes. You hit your head on the back seat, and you got brain damage. Just me. Just me.
But because of the hatchback, you got to do like a 4-point turn.
I really like the candles bit too. And you know, I was wondering, like when you're saying about candles being everything, they also cause unnecessary fires too.
Oh yeah.
And
oh yeah, kind of like
religion,
war or religion, or unnecessary tension or something.
Or like if you light like all the candles in a bathroom, it catches on fire with the curtain. That kind of thing too.
Or if you light all the candles in the bathroom and you like summon Satan, like you're trying to relax in the hot bath water, and here's the devil. Like,
Is that maybe that's how the first religion started? Is like someone was trying to get the smell of farting out of a room, so they lit matches, you know.
Oh, could you imagine just trying to have a nice bubble bath and like accidentally hit, like just fucking nailing a ritual, like just so, or something like Beelzebub all up.
Why did I stretch into a pentagram?
Have a Beelzebub bubble bath.
Yeah.
That'd be bad.
A vajazzle bubble bath.
That's
like, girl, I told you to take the vajazzle off before you get in the bath.
Spiky ass pussy popping all the bubbles.
Got rhinestones all stuck to the side of the tub. Who's gonna clean this shit off? When you were talking about the reflective grapes, they're too expensive. Like, I'll just take raisin juice.
Yeah. The raisin juice is funny. It's like you're rehydrating the grapes, like it's like,
Raisin juice?
Yeah.
What just came to mind was like when they're milking nut milk, or they're crushing the nuts to make milk.
Yeah, like milk and almonds, like.
Yeah, that's true.
I apologize, folks, for my I disappeared for a minute. As such, I will say I missed the candle bit. Everyone seems to love. I'll just say that everything they said is valid.
Okay, great. It was the best bit ever written. So sorry, we can't see it anymore.
Yeah, I came in and I know I probably missed a lot of context, but I know you said something about your hatchback. It was like terrible for kidnapping, and that was a great line for me to come in on. So that was I really like that. Whatever you said was terrible for kidnapping. I feel like you should just run with that and just and so for me, I heard it's terrible for kidnapping, and then it's like, hey, you be here, I'll turn this car around. Like in my mind, you've kidnapped somebody, and you're like, I'll turn this car. You're acting like a mom. So I don't know if that was the context or not, but from that perspective, I think that was dope.
What if you're on the phone and you're like, yeah, and that's how you kidnap someone. I'll turn this car around. You got like some person kidnapped in the back seat while you're explaining to someone on the phone that this is how you kidnap someone.
Well, see, that was the other thing is I thought the whole point of a hatchback was so that you could easily get things in the back of your truck.
Oh,
like that was like I thought that was the whole selling feature.
But can they get out? That's the real question.
Oh, I don't know, like a hatchback with a revolving door.
Because I think like the hatchbacks, you know how like in regular vehicles made after 1991, I think. It's like as far as cars go, like there's a latch inside the trunk that if you're in there, you can get out. So I don't think the hatchbacks have that. I don't really know. I'm just talking a bunch of crap right now out of my face.
Like instead of a latch, they have like your fists, and you just kind of punch your way to the back seat.
Also, were you talked about free speech for $8? That was just I just thought
that was good.
So
I like that one too.
I think there's more there if you choose to explore it. And I mean, I feel like there's like a bunch of different ways to potentially go, but I mean, I'm sure you'll decide which one worked for you, either the ones you currently have and you want no more, or if you want to go further with that, like, because you're like, okay, you get the $8 free, the $8 speech, but then somebody else got like the $10 speech, just like premium
super size.
Speech, or you can, or sometimes like, all right, I bought this free speech, but hey, somebody else has, so I got another one, so I've got more $8 speech than you got. Maybe you can buy into the company. You got you can buy stock in there. Maybe it's a cryptocurrency. So then, as Elon Musk would say, it's a hustle, And just side note, real quick, do we even have to say like the whole thing, like Elon Musk? Is there anybody else named Elon anywhere that we're talking about? Let's just say Elon, because nobody says.
I know a guy named Elon, but he's Jewish. So
nobody knows who he is though. So
there's no one we call Musk endearingly.
Also true. Like no one. I mean, you can say Kanye West, but if you just say Kanye, everybody knows. We know what you're talking about. Like Barack, we know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
These are names that, I mean, come on.
George Bush, a little bit different, yes.
There are a lot of shitty Georges.
Yeah, you gotta call that. But Elon, we know Elon. I mean, it sounds weird, but still, it's like just save your breath. Save your breath.
No one's going Oprah who.
Right. Right. So, what I heard, I enjoyed. So there's that.
Cool. Thanks.
Good job for just for the parts I heard. Everything else, you're on thin ice, buddy.
Okay, yeah.
speaking about it's a hustle, is a rain podcast just like one of those like sleep sounds tapes, but like a different one of like kind of the same thing every week? Is that what that is?
The premise, like I don't know.
Okay.
I literally have this in my notes. I don't remember what the joke was, but I like the idea of like it's just you're driving and it sounds like rain, and then like you fall asleep and crash.
Do you ever have like one of those like sleep sounds trap things, and like like I got a jungle sounds thing, and like 13 minutes in, every time that one monkey just gets a little too excited, but then after that everything's cool.
Yeah,
like
I had this can go with that falling asleep while driving, because like I always feel like it's you go to the airport, you see people with the neck pillows,
yeah.
But I've seen people driving cars with those, and it's like, are you about to fucking pass out in the? Yeah, I got this new rain podcast. So.
Oh.
Funny.
And then I wrote down like your freedom of speech, you have to pay for it. The feedback costs extra. So that's one good side effect.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's a lot of like free to play. Like if you watch ads, you can speak or like something like that. Yeah, subscription.
That's good too. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna do coupon codes and like, but I don't know. Like if you're gonna say something racist, to use coupon code Trump 2020, or I don't know what it would be, but like something like that.
Or like you get 50% off of this speech, and they give you like 50% of the speech, and you're like, what the hell? I gotta make these words work with these words. I don't know how to do this.
It's like a Mad Lib. Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Now, please welcome to the large rectangle. It's the real Clyde Williams.
Oh, shite. Okay. Thank you. I, of course, am readily prepared. So real quick public service announcement. If I let you borrow my car, do not come back in an Uber. That's the first thing. Bring my stuff back, homie. That's all. Let's see what else we got. So I judge if something is a sport by how active the referees are. All right. Basketball, yup. Football, check. Hockey, I saw a ref get in a fight with a player and whoop his ass. Okay, that definitely counts. Race car driving, definitely a sport because they gotta like wave the flag like they're in the drill team, so that counts. Baseball, ref just kind of stands there with their hands on their knees like they just got finished running. So I don't know, maybe I'm not really sure. I want to say tennis isn't a sport because that ref sits on a high chair just looking down at everyone like they're a princess queen baby or something, like out, in, out. Oh, like forget you, lady, person, man, whoever, whatever. I don't know. But I will say the people who catch those balls, like they are busting their humps though, getting those balls. They are catching those balls faster than an Olympic hooker, which I would definitely endorse as an Olympic sport, because if cornhole is a sport, let's make it interesting. It's crazy. Swimming, I do have to say, is definitely not a sport because the refs don't even get wet. All right. Swimming to me is really just an aggressive bath. Okay. Those refs, they don't even they tell you when to get out and get in the pool. They don't even make you dry off. They do nothing. So that's what that is. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I believe we should do this thing called pickup dating. Where you just come in, you just pick up where the last person left off in the relationship. You know, you just transfer ownership. You know, just do a little fungible signature. All right. There's that. Okay. All right. People I know growing up, like, you know, we're all getting older. Like, they say stuff like, "Oh, you know, I know I'm getting old, but I still feel young at heart. Like, I still feel 18." Like, okay, all right. Well, maybe you are. You know, maybe your heart is 18, but your arteries, my dude. Yeah, you got your arteries are 87. Okay, like you got the arteries of a grandma that died like churning butter. That's what you got. So real quick, let's just try this. How much time do I have? Every time you say how much time do you have a minute. Like every single time. It doesn't matter. It's like, hey, welcome Clyde to the stage. Hey, how much time do I have? You have a minute left. Like, dang, it's crazy. I'm not even on the stage yet. So it's like, all right, so I can't stand people who act like they know more than you just because they have a degree. You know, like I have a cousin that teaches biology and genetics at LSU, and she was telling me that it's the male that determines the sex of the baby. And I was like, oh yeah? Prove it. So she starts pulling out all these graphs and charts with empirical data explaining to me how chromosomes work. I'm like, okay, that's very impressive, professor. But did you know that it is the woman that determines the color of the baby? And she's like, where'd you get that nonsense from? Prove it. I said, okay, well, think about it. What color is semen? And it's like people say that women are the life givers. I disagree. It's the men who give life, because the egg is just the body of the baby. The sperm is the spirit. Why do you think they're all shaped like ghosts? Anyway, that's all I got. Thank y'all so much. My name is Clyde.
Yeah.
That ghost thing's gonna stick with me.
Oh, that's nasty. Ew, stick. Ew, that's.
You can never get it out.
I see what you did there.
Yo, I do love the premise of Olympic prostitution. I do, and I fully support it. But like, unfortunately, the Olympics is all amateur athletes, and being a professional is disqualifying.
Okay, all right.
So you could have the whore Olympics, but not the hooker Olympics. Yeah. Sorry to go all IOC on your ass, but I'm in my Olympic in my weird Olympics jacket.
So we're going to see who wins gold in the Olympic whores. Okay, gotcha.
I mean, all credit to all of the women's athletes from the United States who have been winning the most medals in everything, and this is a weird time to bring that up, but you know, I'm just saying, I'm rooting for those girls. Here I am wearing my Team Canada Olympic jacket, going, go Team America for horror.
Jester, that jacket to me, it looks like if Canada had a Vietnam vet at Canadian Woodstock. Like that's what that jacket makes me think of.
His hand was all shaky when he spray painted the back, like he's having like an episode.
Is that bedazzled?
It's dedazzled. It's denim. It's the denim version of bedazzling.
Like you know how at Woodstock they were saying stuff like "make love, not war." I think like the Canadian version of that is "make nice, not war." I think that's how Canadians do. I don't know.
I think Canadian is make. I'm sorry.
Okay. There you go. See, you took it for because you're there.
I wrote down the cardboard bed. I think he said something. Oh, it's the prostitutes at the Olympics. Like, think about the cardboard beds that they would have to perform on. I mean, like in Tokyo, that would have been pretty tough, I guess. And then the the lifeguard or the referee? Like, remember when you go to the swimming pool as a kid, and like to jump off the diving board, you had to prove that you could swim one lap of the pool. Like, you show up to the Olympics, you're like, yeah, it's my first year here. They're like, okay, we're gonna need you to swim one lap before you can actually perform in the big boy pool.
They're trying to use like the threat of hard angular surfaces as like a sex deterrent in like the world's craziest fuck fest ever. And it's just not going to work. Like, you're trying to use hard angular surfaces as a deterrent. Motherfucker, Olympians are made out of hard angular surfaces. Have you seen these people? It's not going to work. You can't stop.
One more for the Uber thing. Like, your friend comes back in an Uber and he's like, "Hey man, can I borrow $20 to pay for this Uber?" Like, now I gotta pay for your Uber, I gotta pay for my Uber to go get my car, and then I gotta pay for whatever damages you did to the car. Like, I hope you have a hatchback, because that sounds like a dead friend.
Yeah, I'll pay for the Uber, but you're gonna have to pay for the ambulance, motherfucker. What you doing coming back here without my car?
I love the sports things about the refs not like being active, but I like that in swimming they don't get wet. I think there's something really funny about that. Like like, how do you know what's going on? Like, you're like 90% of the sport is happening underwater. Like, I don't know, like how do you know if there's a foul? Like, can you see it? Can you they should have to like identify fish from from a boat, and like
someone's taking like little washers and tying fishing string onto them with like little floatable capsules that they could like bite as they're going through the water to propel them forward. I don't know, that was off, but maybe.
And I like if the tennis, like the ball getters, whatever they're called, like if they're the real athletes, then like, what should they get a trophy, or should the sport center around them somehow? Like, that could be a fun like
participation trophy.
Yeah, that'd be a fun sport if it's like it's just nothing but the ball getters, and then like
You say ball getters, I say ball chasers, but yeah, same.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So I like what you said, like, if you borrow my car, don't come back in Uber. But then I was wondering, like, what if the person's drunk? So you probably would prefer if they come back, because that wouldn't be the only reason they're coming back in Uber. So, and then, like, when you were saying about the sports, I thought it was really funny. But then I thought you would mention golf, because there's no referee.
And see, the thing about golf, and the reason I don't mention golf, is because technically you're your own referee in golf.
You're your own ball getter as well.
Not if you've got money. If you've got money and you get a caddy, then someone literally carries all your shit around for you.
Yeah,
and they'll even line up your shots for you. So like when you're putting, they'll like know the greens, and they'll like line up the word Titleist or whatever the fuck, so that you're like, trust me, hit it this way, and you'll be like, what? That's, and then whoop, and like they're like literally doing all the math, all the heavy lifting, and then you're just like going for a walk.
You said like rich people have caddies. Like, we're not in a free comedy writing workshop. Like, we have fucking money.
No, that's why I felt like that was news here. I felt like that was news in this room. That's why I'm bringing this as a herald. I'm bringing this information.
I'm so poor. I've never swam at a pool with a lifeguard. What the fuck are you talking about?
And Sonny, you now that I'm thinking about what you're saying, that actually might be a good way for me to talk about how we already know golf isn't a sport because you're your own referee. So
that's a good way to turn it.
So yeah, thank you for reopening my eyes to the possibilities, Sony.
You're welcome. And then when you're talking about like the ball people in tennis, they're actually ball girls or ball guys, because they're mostly like either teenagers or kids, or like in their 20s, mostly like teenagers. So I would say, like, maybe you're talking about that. Maybe it should be called kid ballers, something like that.
That's weird because
That sounds gross.
I bet they get laid so much, and to give a kid the opportunity to get laid so much from Wimbledon, that's like something I aspire to.
That's also some rich people shit. Like, you got to go get your own goddamn tennis ball when you're just playing at the community court.
I don't know. Do the kid ballers, do they get laid? Because I mean, to me, they're basically just a publicly recognized sports maid.
Yeah, and pretty much, they're kind of like you're right, the bridesmaids to the sport. I mean, basically, they're people that probably were on the honor roll in the tennis team, and all they're doing is just running after balls. And that's like at least for the U.S. Open, there's a lot of teenagers doing that. So yeah, or like 20-somethings, but mostly teenagers.
You remember when you were younger and you would win like a contest, and they're like, "Yay, you're the winner of the contest. Now you get to go chase balls for an hour." Like, that's not a fucking win.
When I was in Thailand, we didn't playing tennis outdoors. We didn't have ball boys. We had stray dogs that would just occasionally come through and take our balls.
I thought you were gonna do a lady boys joke there, but you didn't.
No, they had plenty of balls of their own.
So, did you play tennis in school? Were you a tennis person?
I did play tennis, but I was never wanting to get the balls but one of my classmates did. She was like on the ball for the U.S. Open, but I did play tennis. Yeah.
See, to me, you seem like you probably were like good with doubles. Like, you were probably the one, you're like, just like, like they like when you served, or like your teammates like when you served because you served well. I don't know. That's probably just wrong, but I thought it just came to my mind for whatever reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I did play doubles, so that's funny.
See, I knew it.
There's two types of people in the sport of tennis. Ball boys.
And players, baby. No,
do we stop giving him feedback now that he's gone, or? I mean, I'm out. I don't have any more, but I'm just speaking for other people.
You did your second set, right, Jeremy?
No.
Did you? No, not yet? Okay.
It's about foot massage.
Oh. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Fetish much?
No. I'm just trying to keep it positive.
I think I've heard him mention Thailand at least 12 times during this whole hour and 47 minutes. So, yeah.
You make me so nostalgic, Jeremy.
Does anyone have a pen I can borrow? Because mine appears to be out of ink.
I do. My throwing arm's not too great. How's your catching arm?
Oh, I got hands.
There you go. You should get it in a few minutes.
All right.
Like a Hail Mary.
You can make it through customs.
Sure. Yeah. It's gonna be stopped at the border.
If it's one of those Canadian,
you're gonna have to sign a duty slip for it and pay like 80 cents for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't really have customs in between USA and Canada.
There's duty on some things.
Is that poop?
Custom.
The duty is poop.
There was some duty on an Amazon package I ordered from the United States one time. I actually got one of the Amazon poop packages. Yeah.
I never heard of that, but that's awesome.
That was a thing.
Yeah. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it was legit shitty. All right, let's hear about damn feet, Jeremy.
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't start out that way. First, I want to start out with a couple of impressions. So my first impression is of a Russian woman. Hey, we fucking or what? You know, because Russian people are pretty quick about doing it. Second impersonation. This is Forrest Gump. After me and Jenny broke up, I started running. I ran for miles, and then I ran for weeks. And I thought, since I had come this far, I'd run for President Gump. And then my last impersonation is Depeche Mode. reach out and touch faith. Your own personal sex Jesus. That doesn't sound like, someone who cares, someone who stares at you while you're waiting for the bus. Segue into foot massage. Guys, I will admit that I have done some stupid things in my life, and I do these things so that maybe I can write them down or write a joke about them to entertain you guys. But sometimes even I take it too far. I was in my 20s, as if that's the only time we make dumb decisions. And a man approached me and he asks, "Hey man, you want to make some money?" Now, I'm waiting at the bus. So yeah, I need money. What can I help you with? And he says, well, like, I'm wearing shorts, I'm wearing a t-shirt, and I'm wearing open-toed sandals. He says, "Can I take pictures of your feet?" What? He said, "I'll give you $20 if you let me take pictures of your feet." And I mean, $20 is $20, and the bus doesn't come for 20 minutes. So yeah, let's do it right here. And he says, "What? We can't do it right here. That would be weird. People could see us." And he says, "I'll take the bus with you to your home." So it's getting a little weirder now. I tell him I live with my mom to deter him from getting on the bus with me. He says, "No, it's Tuesday. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. Your mom's probably at work." He got me there. My mom is at work. So like he ups the price. Now we're talking about 40 smackerinis. And I said, okay, a few pictures. And so this is the longest 20-minute bus ride that I've ever had. And then when we get to the uptown transfer, it was late. So like he had to follow me a long way. And we get there and we go into my house and he never even asked about my mom. It's kind of like he knew. And he pulls out his camera and he says, "You don't mind video, right? I'll throw in an extra $10. I said, "Yeah, man, just make it quick." And I began rubbing my feet together a few times real quick. And he says, "Slower." So slowly. 5 minutes later, he's telling me the lighting is bad and that he has to reshoot the whole thing. So like he says, "Can we put some lotion on your feet?" And I don't have lotion. I'm a man. And then at this moment, out of his bag comes a non-labeled bottle of his own lotion. Now my feet are moistened and the rubbing continues for a total of 15 minutes. In my mind, I'm saying, man, you can't fight if your feet are lotioned. People are going to laugh, right? So I asked the dude, "Hey, are we done?" And he says, "I'm almost finished." So like that day, I made $50 minus $3 for his return home bus fare. But the focus is I could have lost my life to entertain you guys. And I invited him over to my house every week for 3 months. You know, guys got to do what a guy's got to do. So I got a few more before I leave you. So this is a suicide joke. I wasn't for sure if I should say this in front of you guys because I didn't want to give anybody ideas. But I found one of those help groups. You know, we meet Monday, Wednesday, and Friday just so that I have someone to talk to and someone to listen to me. And I went on Wednesday and I went on Monday and I was the only one left. Like I survived my Suicide Anonymous group. I am the king of Suicide Anonymous. And with all this newfound responsibility, keeping the SA group alive, I've never wanted to kill myself more. So like a friend of mine recently killed himself. And so the group of his friends, we got together to discuss his life. And one of my friends says, "Hey man, we should try to call him." A few minutes later, he's hanging up the phone and he's like, "Hey guys, it's disconnected." Like, no shit, you fall out of a 20-story window and you're not disconnected. And then like the opposite of suicide. The opposite of suicide is wanting to take out as many people as you can. So you think like a knife, you got 1 or 2 people max. Like a gun, 7 or 8 people. A machine gun could kill up to 20 children. So I now understand suicide bombers. Just they want to take out as many people as they can. So I'm thinking the best way to take out Americans is with a taco truck, with a big ass burrito. That would be reverse suicide. And you guys remember, suicide's just a phase. It's going to end really quickly. So don't sweat it. It's okay. That's all I got. Thanks, guys.
Oh my God.
Massage.
So you're just going to kill the Americans by just continuing to feed them their existing diet from the truck? Okay. I was like, it's either that or an IED. Honestly, that felt like that foot story felt like a true crime podcast told in first person.
I edited most of that last night, so I felt really good about it last night. Now,
and I'm sure you'll feel good about it every other Tuesday for
Yeah, it could definitely be like a moth storytelling kind of like it had to. I could definitely picture what you were describing, and like I want to know more about like this guy and what his deal was, and like. But I also thought it was funny. Like I don't have lotion. I'm a dude. like I think there's something funny. Like that's like the one thing that's like you're macho man about. Like that's I don't know. It's just so
not
funny.
about like letting some strange dude film me.
Yeah. I have no problem with like gay fans like worshiping my feet, but lotion, hell no. You know, I think it's funny like to draw a line there. Yeah.
I had a physical reaction to. So anyway, my feet were moistened. Just like the words just affected me biologically somehow. It was like, oh.
Well, I also love the idea that like
is so loaded.
I mean, when he says he has to shoot again because the lighting was bad, like, was he for real, or did he just want to try to get like more footage, or like like I wonder if that's like a oldest trick in the book, you know?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
did this happen?
Oh yeah, that's a true story. I mean, some of the punchlines have been added in, but yeah, that's a true story.
Oh my God. Oh, okay.
Have you been able to track your? Do you know where the foot videos were distributed?
I don't really know.
Yeah, because we're going to be doing plugs in a minute. After Sony.
You can find them over at www.onlyfeet.com. It's just me. There's no like accounts that you could start. It's just my feet. No, that story really happened.
Yeah, that's great.
So how come we didn't get to see these feet, Jeremy?
I got to make money somehow. And
I'll tell you why.
Living in Vietnam, I don't have to make a lot of money. So you should be feeling lucky. You could subscribe for like 50 cents.
No, I'm like, why are you not showing us your feet as a part of this this bit, man?
Stipulating market scarcity.
The same reason I gave to that guy about filming pictures of my feet, because I have dirty feet, but he wanted that added to it. Like he's like, oh, dirty. I like dirty.
So
that's a fun detail, yeah.
So he wanted moistened, dirty feet. That is specific as a fetish, I think.
I mean that should be in the story because that's a fun detail. That like, yeah. I don't know how old. I don't know if you mentioned how old you were, or like what.
I said in my 20s.
Okay, yeah, I think that's important, just to like emphasize that because like like it totally changes the story if it's like creepy or whatever. But
when it shows up on the internet, it'll say you're 18.
Yeah,
and so
I'm barely 20. Yeah.
You said you were wearing sandals at the time.
Yeah, open-toed
sandal.
Open-toed.
What if
you were wearing a thong?
Yeah, technically. What if you put in there at some point, like before he left, he asked you if you'd be willing to put on some socks for about 10 minutes and walk around in them, and then give them back to him so he can smell them. Something like that. Because
if you buy now, you get the video and you get one sock.
yeah, these are socks that these feet were actually wearing, and so I don't know. And also, who moistened the feet? Did you do it or did the guy do it?
The word moist, it's killing me, you guys.
No, he had an assistant that moistened the feet.
What? There is a third party?
So
Jesus Christ.
So did the assistant...
did he have like crew? When he said the lighting was bad, did he tell like someone to do something about it?
There's a boom mic and everything sticking in the shot.
Audio.
What? Like what does like just mean? He's just a
sounds
Foley
of your
artist?
feet making. Is the lotion that loud? What's going?
Well, that's
God,
a funny
so
twist.
many
Like,
follow-up
a good ending to the
questions.
story. If like
Every
he's just a
question.
Foley artist trying to get good sounds of
Foley
feet.
artist. Yeah, that's what it is. It's gonna. We're gonna watch the new like Matt Damon in space movie, and every footstep on Mars is gonna be the sound of like Jeremy's feet going.
So did the assistant ride the bus with you, or did they meet you there?
They knew where I lived. They were already there waiting for me. There was the van. They were unloading camera equipment when I got home. My mom had let them in.
So at least
oh man,
I don't know. So let's just say I guess they didn't have a fluffer though. Okay, I guess.
No fluffer. Well, the boom mic.
Oh,
Interesting. Did they want to polish or trim or what is it? File your nails on your toes?
No, the open toed. I mean, I knew why he asked me. I mean, mainly because I was the only person at the bus, but also I was wearing the open toed shoes. So he's like, "You got some pretty feet."
I hope he didn't say it like that. That would be just too much.
Yeah, that's funny that like he walks by and he sees your feet like wowzers.
you gave him a southern accent. Did he have like a Texas drawl?
Yeah, it did happen in Texas.
Okay, this happened in Texas.
Yeah.
Totally was imagining this shit happening in Vietnam. 100% sounded like some Vietnam shit. Also with the open-toed sandals, but Texas, I get it now. Yeah.
I was imagining it happening in the 50s, but that's just me. All right, I think I've exhausted all my questions. Thank you.
I just found out it was in another time and space. I have so many more questions, but I will take them off the air.
You can send me an email.
Yeah. Next up is Sony.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks. So, gosh, I don't know how to follow that, but I'll try. So, I don't know. Like, you think of all kind of disorders, and like now I'm just thinking of OCD. And my ex-husband had OCD. The type of OCD where he didn't want to touch a woman.
Oh.
He called his OCD GAY. I don't think he's gay because I get along well with gay guys. When I first married my ex-husband, he gave me a demonstration on how to wash a plate. First, he washed the front, then he washed the back, and then he washed the sides. It was so groundbreaking. Do other people know about this? I told him, this is great. I usually just leave them in the yard and hope it rains. Or I wash them in the shower. Also, I let the dog lick them clean. There are things that I miss about my gay ex-husband. Like if I dropped a dish in the kitchen, he would push me out of the way to clean the mess, put the rest of the dishes away, and then bake a killer quiche. Anything to avoid touching me. And he didn't even give me that quiche recipe in the divorce settlement.
Ooh.
So there would be any excuse not to touch me. He would say it's too late. I'll say it's 6 p.m. He's like, well, it's midnight somewhere. When we were married, my ex and I had separate pantries and separate food. We lived like roommates. Only sometimes you have sex with a roommate. Just ask Bert and Ernie. But I wasn't a Muppet with benefits. I should have been suspicious that for his bachelor party, he didn't want to go to a strip club. He went to Pottery Barn. He didn't get a lap dance. He got throw pillows. I was jealous that my friend has a maid whose name is Roomba until I realized the Roomba is a vacuum. A Roomba is similar to a gay ex-husband. They never go where you want them to go. And they both suck. I divorced my ex because he didn't want to have kids. To be fair, he never said that, but he did say he wanted to retire at 55. That means you would never want to have kids because these days you have to pay for your kids until they're at least 35. It's true. Hey, my dad's at retirement age and he's still working to support my career in comedy. Plus, he has to stay for my next couple of marriages. I was talking to a pediatrician and she says that she has 26-year-olds still on their parents' insurance. So she has people in college coming to see her. I'm sorry, you can't go to a pediatrician because you think you're pregnant and it's a planned pregnancy. If you can rent a car and go to a bar, you're too old for a pediatrician. If you're going in for high cholesterol, you're too old. If you and your child have the same doctor and that doctor happens to be a pediatrician, you're definitely too old. If the pediatrician tells you to stop smoking so much because you already have emphysema, you're too old to see a pediatrician. If you can vote and you're old enough to run for Congress, you're too old for a pediatrician. Finally, if you're older than the pediatrician and the doctor is not a child genius, you're definitely too old to see them. Right before the coronavirus, all my New York friends felt sorry for me. But then a month later, they were jealous. Because I moved to Minnesota and my living space was so much bigger than New York City apartment. They were all in lockdown. I was in lockdown too, but I could go hiking in my house. It took me 3 days to find my basement. And if I got lost, I need to use Google Maps to find my laundry room. Thanks, everyone.
Wow, it seems like your gay ex-husband really took a pounding there, and it seems like that might have also been part of the problem.
Well, no, I actually have a lot more jokes about that.
Okay. I bet.
Yeah, that's really funny. I love the Roomba, like, because you do a really good job of like keeping the punchline, like you get a lot out of the premise. Like you'll have multiple tags and punchlines, and I think that's really cool. And like with the Roomba one, like, you know, it started as kind of like just a one-off one-liner about vacuums, but then you brought it back to the husband, and like they both suck. I thought that was fun. So I kind of like when you like go away from the topic and then we realize that we're actually still on the topic, and it's like a surprise.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
misdirect or a tangent.
Great rhythm. Nothing like really solid. Just set up, punch, set up, punch. It was always clear when the punchline was. It was whenever you mentioned your gay ex-husband.
I liked Muppet with benefits. That's a funny.
That was a good line.
And I like that you sometimes have sex with your roommate, unlike your gay ex-husband.
But then you referenced Bert and Ernie, which are gay.
So gay.
Yeah.
I wrote down, you said he goes to Pottery Barn. Good callback to candles. We know how much important candles are. And then like your pediatrician tells you that you smoke too much because your son has lung cancer.
Okay.
So like you're the adult who like you're getting your diagnosis secondhand through your children because you can't afford a doctor for adults.
I'm sorry, you've got Alzheimer's.
Hey, son, tell him that you have like this little bump on your penis.
Yeah.
The worst thing about delivering a diagnosis of Alzheimer's to a patient is you have to tell them repeatedly.
I don't know. Do pediatricians usually stop at like 18, or is it like more for like younger kids?
No, like real young.
I think
real,
like,
it's like 10 or like teenager.
10 or 12, yeah.
Yeah,
like they do see people in college. Like I was talking to one of my friends who is. That's why the premise was coming from. But now
it happens. Yeah, people just like their doctor.
That's how college kids know about drinking Pedialyte for hangovers. Pedialyte.
Yeah.
Because why else would they know that? Like they don't have money to pay for a doctor. So
like I like the idea of like your doctor's career follows your age. So like they start as a pediatrician and then they become a general doctor and then they become geriatric, and like your whole life you see the same doctor, but they keep getting new certifications.
Got a promotion.
I like that one. If R. Kelly isn't attracted to you.
Oh, there you go. That's funny.
Good one, Clyde.
Yeah. My bad. I don't have notes. My pen is not. I haven't gotten Jester's pen yet, so I'm just typing stuff.
It's in low orbit. It's coming.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Oh no! It got detained by customs.
Oh, no.
It smelled like weed.
That's what I figured. For Sony, I just feel like I just want to see how far you can take these. If blank, then blank. You're too old for a pediatrician. I just, want to see how many of those we can just stack up, because that type of stuff is just humorous to me.
If you have a 401k, you might be too old for a pediatrician.
I saw a pediatrician on accident. I was trying to find a doctor, and they were a pediatrician who also saw adults, but the room was clearly set up for children. And so the nurse said, okay, come on in. We're going to do a physical. And she said, put this robe on. And it was like a kid's robe. And so I ripped the robe in half trying to fit it over my body. And then the doctor comes in and I'm naked with this robe that's barely covering my, and then he's like, oh yeah, you could just put your clothes on. You don't need to, it was, I don't know, but it was just really funny that the nurse didn't see anything. I don't know. I guess I should have seen. It was just weird.
I can see someone who's 15 or 16 be like, why do I want to switch to a general practitioner? The pediatrician has a Nintendo in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Yeah, my pediatrician told me one time when I was little that the two things that disqualify a patient from being treated by him is you're either 26 or you're sexually active. he says at those 2 points he will stop treating children. But you know, just don't ask, don't tell. Really. He was very nice. He was very nice.
That's actually good. That's actually good to actually know an actual doctor's line.
I mean that's kind of terrifying if like you're afraid to have sex because you might lose your health insurance. It's like you know, like that's funny that they don't teach you that in like sex ed class or whatever. Like you have to wait until you're 26 because
Obama said, if you like your doctor and your fuck buddy, you can keep your doctor and your fuck buddy.
Not bad.
Cool. Yeah,
did he really say that though? Because
he said you can keep, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor.
And that was not true at all.
I feel like as a person, and knowing that the medical industry has a lot of information that the people have to study, like that should be like your graduate program. Like you would change as your patients change. If your patients die, that's your final exam. You're out of the class. You can't go and be a general practitioner. And then you work your way up and you become like, I don't know. That's a good one right there.
Should the best doctors get assigned the healthiest or the sickest patients? Or should like the worst doctors get assigned the healthiest patients because they're the shittest? Or like, how does that work?
They're going to learn the most from those people.
From the healthiest people?
No, from the non-healthy people. I mean, like if you're going and seeing the healthiest people, they're gonna be healthy throughout the rest of their life. They probably fucking exercise and eat kale. You're gonna learn a lot from a person like me. Like we got a shit diet. I've tried almost all the drugs in the book, and I drink a lot of coffee. Drink a lot of coffee.
Get this man to a university.
I drink 1.7 coffees a day.
You know, it's not coffees. You know, that's not the statistic.
It's coffee and rice wine, which is horrible, but it gets you drunk.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I think we're going to call it now. That's been episode 435 this Wednesday in the workshop. Thank you, everybody.
If you think wrestling is real.
Before we close out completely, we're going to go around the circle, starting with Sony, and plug what we've got coming up. Sony, you got any plugs?
I don't have anything right now. You could just find me on Sonic Comedy and Instagram.
You can catch me at 765 East on August 24th next week here in London, Ontario. Clyde?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at The Real Clyde Williams. You can also find me be performing at in Atlanta on the 2nd, September 2nd. If you're in Atlanta, come check me out.
Nice. Justin?
Just go to my website, justinmatson.com. I have all my shows on there, and I also do online VR shows every week or every other week. So those are on there too. And my album, Fatter Than You Think, is on Spotify and everywhere else.
Oh, shoot, for real? That's dope.
Yeah.
Too old for pediatrician.
Jeremy.
I have nothing. That's my Instagram and Twitter right there. SWAGOTGAWS. And I'll be in my house because we're on lockdown.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Feet videos. I'm still making plenty of feet videos, so you guys can find.
So how
there.
current is this? I have so many more. We'll talk about this later.